Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are tuning in from. Welcome in to a brand new edition of Jacob's Joint Discussion. This is going to be an ongoing platform where I want to have a joint discussion with you, the viewer, the subscriber, the people in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll definitely see you in the comments, and I will reply to you. Okay, that's going to be something we're trying out here. So this, again, is a new platform called Jacob's Joint Discussion where I have several different things I want to pass around to you. Thoughts that I had during the game, overall thoughts about our squad, about our future, etc., whatever it may be. Anyway, I got all these things I just want to pass around to you guys. So welcome in to Jacob's Joint Discussions. So the first topic of discussion, as you can see, starting 11 thoughts. When we look at the starting 11, wasn't too much of a change from what we're used to seeing, except for Lucas Moura in for Dejan Kulusevski, obviously. Ryan Sessegnon starting at the left wing back position. We didn't even see Sergio Reguilon on the bench. Wonder what's going on there. Curious to see what that might be. But for me, again, we saw Emerson Royale there at the right wing back. I don't know what our options are. If you watch any of the YouTube streams, shout out Tottenham away. But if you watch any of the streams on any of the channels, I'm sure you've heard many people bring this up. Many people talk about, maybe we put Bergwijn or Lucas Moura at the wing back. I really thought maybe there was going to be something special with the Lucas and Emerson Royale. Not special. Let me take that back. I thought there was going to be something, some chemistry there because they're both Brazilian. They have a comfortability level with each other. I really thought that there was going to be something there. Unfortunately, I love Lucas Moura. It was not a good shift. Just abysmal, if I had to be honest. When I watched the game back, to me, he looked like a player who hasn't gotten consistent playing time and who's struggling for confidence. He's just a shell of who he was in his heyday, in his best times for Tottenham. And it's really sad to see for me personally, but, overall, I thought this was about as strong of an 11 we could put out. We got Højbjerg, Bentancur in the middle, obviously Harry Kane up top, Heung-min Daddy on the left wing. And then I'm getting to the back line last, and I know this is a little unorthodox. When you read, a starting 11, you typically work from the back to the front. I'm working a little bit from the front, side, middle to the back. That's just where we're going to do it. That's just the way we're going to do things here on Jacob's Joint Discussion. So, listen, I'm curious if there's something going on here with this back line, but it is a consistent back three that we've seen of Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Christian Romero, Hugo Daddy Lloris in goal. Hugo, for me, I thought, speaking solely on the game, I thought he struggled a little bit. And I'll get to why exactly later. I have another joint discussion for you on that later. But right now, when you look at this 11, there's I don't know how much else you can really change this up if you're actually Antonio Conte trying to, preserve your image, preserve your job, Also, shout out Matthew Craig, number 51. Haven't seen him on an 18. Don't know who he is, but shout him out. We saw Harvey White on the bench, Steven Bergwijn on the bench, Dane Scarlett, Harry Winks, who did make a substitution appearance in the 82nd minute. I don't know why he comes in over Harvey White or even Matthew Craig. I don't know what position he plays, but these are kids you could give some minutes to. I would like to see Harvey White, to be completely honest. Why didn't we see him instead of Harry Winks? We don't get anything out of Harry Winks. He also almost led to a goal. He had a mistake that almost led to a goal. So I don't understand it. I didn't make a whole joint for that, but it's just a little bit of a questions I got in regards to kind of the substitutions. But I want to know, let me know your starting 11 thoughts. And you can just label these 1 through X, whatever, how many ever we got this week on Jacob's Joint Discussion. But the next topic of discussion that I want to bring for you, let's just talk about the heroics of Heung-min Daddy. Son Heung-min, 2 goals. He also had the assist to Harry Kane in the first half off the corner. which I'm just glad we got a goal off a set piece, if I'm honest. Let's be real. We ain't seen that too much. That was good to see. Very good to see. When you look at Heung-min Son, the first goal, excuse me, was a pretty well developed team goal, I would say. But when you look at his second goal, when you watch that game, and you watch even just the highlights, just the broadcast angle, the field angle, all the angles of the dangles. Heung-min Daddy, in no way, shape, or form can you say this guy's not our best player this season. There's just no way. I'm not buying it. And you want to know why? Goals like that. Goals like the one against Man City in the first game of the season. Goals when we need him, even when he's, quote, down tooling. Because I didn't believe that. I never once thought that he was down tooling. Our whole team was in a rut. So you can't blame one person for that. However, back to his second goal. Oh my God. So I also, during the game, I like to try and keep notes if I can, permitting that I can write some down. So I want to share some of these with you. What I wrote for Heung-min Daddy's second goal was just wow. He had a great pop-up over their guy at the midfield, leading to the play-up that he then laid it off to Emerson, who laid it off to Decky, and then Decky played it into Son, and Son just did what he needed to do with it. I felt like that's one of those alley-oop assists. You just kind of passed it to the guy, said do something with it, and he did. Left-footed. They say he has a weak foot. I don't believe it. He's got 3 legs, 2 strong feet. There's no weak foot on this man. He does not possess a weak foot. He's the best player we got. The best informed player, attacker we got. He makes our offense tick. He is the father of our offense. I don't even know. See, there's no question mark here. Most of these are going to be questions because I'm going to pose them to you. But sometimes there's something so bold, something so great, like a Heung-min Son brace, curler from outside the box, off the left foot. That only happened because of the beautiful pop-up play he had when he was surrounded by defenders and midfield. I don't know who it was. He was surrounded by Leicester Foxes. He pop it up over one, runs past them, lays it off to Emerson. Emerson passes to Decky. Decky passes to him. Left foot off the box, man. Come on. Man, come on. That is one of those put it in my veins. It is speechless. Again, that's why my notes, they just said wow. Wow. I was just stunned for words. So that's just something I want to know. What were your I guess, the question could be, what are your thoughts on just how great he is, how lucky we are to witness him in his prime on our team. This is great. And also something else that comes to mind when I think about Heung-min Son is how fortunate are we that every time him and Harry Kane hook up for a goal, that's history. Like every time they link up, that's a piece of history that we are witnessing live, direct, coming at you. We are so fortunate. I don't know, people can complain and moan, and I'm sure you can poke holes in our performance until the day is done. But I am a little bit more optimistic than that. I'm very proud of our performance. Yes, we did concede late in the 91st minute, a little bit into extra time. We took our foot off the gas pedal, so to speak. But that's all I got to say. And I think a good segue, into the next joint discussion I want to share with you is just the impact of super sub Kulusevski. Man, this guy came in, bagged 2 assists. His first touch, I also have a note here about, just his first touch of the game was nice. He was kind of hugging the sideline, and there was 2 defenders, one on back, one in front, and he just kind of pop, and smacked it off a defender. When you kick the ball straight at them and it bounces out of bounds. So I thought that was, just for your first touch of the game. He came in the 55th minute, so this is a substitution, a minute in which I enjoy seeing a substitution, just because you're going to give that substitute some time to get acclimated to the speed of the game and where, you know what I mean? This guy's been sitting on the bench for 45 minutes to an hour. So, like, give him some time. And we saw what that does. He had a beautiful, beautiful play down the sideline several times. And even once, I think he flustered one of those Leicester guys so much that they even tried to slide tackle and take him out from the back. It was honestly a little bit criminal what that man tried to do to him. I mean, when you look at his numbers as a signing, 14 games, 8 assists, 3 goals. 2 of those came yesterday. And, I mean, when you lay it off to a man like Heung-min Son, it's hard not to get an assist. But this isn't his first assist. This isn't his second assist. He can do it. So it's just beautiful to see. Yeah, it was a corner from Leicester. Rodrigo Bentancur, he popped it up over his head. Nice play down the sideline, dribbles past, and then he crosses the ball to, I believe it was Harry Kane? Davies, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, super sub Kulusevski. Love to see it. This is something that I was hoping that Lucas Moura was going to provide coming off the bench. We hadn't seen it, but he also hasn't gotten the same minutes. You know, there's a lot of people who are ready to write off people from the jump, and that's fair. I value everyone's opinion, if I'm honest. I do. But for me, this guy is a club legend. I don't want to write him off yet. Maybe I'm hanging on too long. Maybe that's the fault of a romantic Spurs fan. But I love my club, and we can only play with who we got right now. For the rest of the season, this is the squad that we got. Plain and simple. We don't have another squad. I mean, you saw it. There was a guy on the bench I ain't even never heard of. Matthew Craig. Shout out Matthew Craig. Congrats, bro. Your first bench, you got to experience that with the first team. That's awesome. Very, very happy for this kid. He didn't get any minutes, but this is who we got. We don't got anybody else. So I'm just trying to up the lads. I feel like that's almost all we can do at this point. I definitely don't want to drag Lucas Moura through the mud, especially just because how great he's been. But, maybe it would be better suited for us as a squad going forward in the summer to look at better options there, coming off the bench or starting in rotation with Dejan Kulusevski. So my next join that I want to pass to you. Now, the rest of these are going to be questions. Definitely going to be questions because that's kind of the theme here. This is a joint discussion. Again, please hit that like, subscribe. I'll see you in the comments. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Working real hard. We appreciate all of you. If you tune in from Tottenham away, if you tune into the live streams, anything like that, sharing the videos, liking, all that stuff really goes very, very far for the pod. So I know Michael and I appreciate that. Anyway, my next joint that I'm going to pass to you is Romero world class, or is it simply too soon? My opinion is this. Christian Romero, I think, has been at fault for one goal. I think against Burnley was one that I was like, yeah, that was kind of his bad. And then he had a couple bad fouls outside the box. That's okay. I don't think that makes you not world class. But I don't think it's too soon. I think what we saw was just a beautiful performance from a confident, big dickin' defender. That's just what it is. He is our best defender. We have to sign this guy up long term. When you look at a team like Man City, I'm sure they love this cat. You look at any team would love this guy. He was Defender of the Year in Serie A last year. He's our best defender this year. And you saw even his defending, his aggressiveness. Sometimes he's playing in the number 9 role. Sometimes he's in the 8. Sometimes he's playing his position. I love it. This man's everywhere. And you saw it led to a goal. Plain and simple. Like, his play led to a goal. This man is world class. I think he's world class. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know, is he? There's also, I have here, in the 41st minute, after Sessegnon slips with the ball, Romero clattered into Schmeichel. Very, very tough of a play. Then Lucas Moura had a chance blocked. But that was my first note on Christian Romero. Well, actually, no, my first note was in the 15th minute. Davies had a horrible error that leads almost to a goal. It was cut out by Romero, obviously, because he is the big dicking defender that we have. I also have here, side note, Davies in the 28th minute, he nutmegged the defender close to the opposition's touchline. So that's fun. I didn't think Ben Davies was great on the day, but he wasn't awful. Whatever. We got the 3 points, so it's hard for me to really bash on anybody because I just want the 3 points, whether how you get it, 1-0, 3-1, 7-1. I don't care. I want the 3 points. We got to get the 3 points. Next, reason why I think Romero is world class. I think he could be a future captain. I think he works on his English a little bit. If we bring in some Spanish-speaking defenders, I think that could work wonders for him. I think Christian Romero has got it. He's young. He's only going to get bigger, stronger, smarter, more confident. And if we sign him long term, he's going to be ours. So this is, guys, I want to know, is it too soon? Am I just riding the horse? Am I riding the hype train that Christian Romero has built around himself? I'm curious. I'm very curious what you guys think. So please, please, please comment, like, subscribe, obviously, and let me know what you think. If Christian Romero is world class or if I'm just crazy and it's too soon. The next thing I want to talk to you about, and this is a little bit of a, I don't even want to say hot topic because everyone's literally shitting on these people. Can we win with these wingbacks? Can we? Can we? We did today. Plain and simple. We did today. Now, does that mean at Anfield we're going to win with these guys? No, that's not what that means. But, this is all we got. Kind of like I said earlier. This is all we got. So, I want to know from you guys, girls, anyone, non-binary, whatever. We're welcoming to everybody here. I want to know your thoughts. Do we get any more wins with these wingbacks we got? Or do we get wins changing formation, changing wingbacks, or, putting Bergwijn or Lucas Moura out of position, playing those wingback positions on the left or the right? Now, I have a thought about that because I personally think Steven Bergwijn or Lucas Moura could thrive in that position if they know what they're doing. And Antonio Conte is a beautiful teacher. So I think they're very much physically as an athlete capable of doing it. It's just whether or not are we going to see it. Does Emerson Royale not offer us enough at what he's doing to not take that risk at putting someone majorly out of position? Not majorly, but putting someone out of position, quite frankly. This I don't know. But what I do know is Emerson wasn't completely awful. The stats look nice on him. And yes, maybe it's skewed a little bit because he would make a mistake and then get the ball back, or he'd make a mistake and Romero would save his ass. It could be skewed. It could. It very much could. But again, we only got who we got. And it's hard for me to say like anything different in regards to that. But I'm curious. What do you guys think? Do we need to change players, positions? How do we win with these wingback system? Because obviously Conte is going to work with this wingback system. How do we win with these wingbacks? That's my question for you. The next joint that I want to pass to you. Is there some kind of disconnect in the back line? I almost talked about this too soon when I was talking about the starting 11. But is there some kind of disconnect with this back line? Now, we saw Ben Davies look shaky at times. Eric Dyer looked okay. I thought he was, pretty good on the day, honestly, for Eric Dyer standards. He did the job that was needed. Hugo Lloris, his ball distribution to me, looked like he didn't trust his back line. Like, he felt more confident that he could probably get the ball deep farther to someone else rather than pass it short, because they might likely pass it back. And I'm talking about Ben Davies and Harry Winks when he came on. I'm just curious. Is there some kind of... Does anyone else see this? Does anyone else think that there's any kind of disconnect on the back line? I really want to know if I'm crazy. If anyone else saw this, whenever Hugo had the ball, he could easily have played it. Ben Davies had played it back to him at one point, and then Davies ran into the open space. There was no one near him. Christian Romero did the same thing. Or no, it was Eric Dyer did the same thing. They both went into the open space, and Hugo could have passed the ball either side to him. And instead what he did is kick it long, and there was only one person coming down the middle at Hugo. So both of them were open. But to me, in the past, I feel like maybe he passes that short. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it. Hugo Lloris's, scores didn't look good, right? Obviously, we conceded a goal, but to me, it looked like there's some kind of disconnect. Maybe we're just not confident with each other. I don't know. I want to know, though. I do want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. Please tell me, am I crazy or not? The last joint I'm going to pass around to you guys. Looking ahead, are we in for an Anfield atrocity like we all are expecting, or are we in for an upset? I'm asking this because I feel like we're in for an upset. I don't want to go crazy. Okay, I don't want to go crazy and say it's going to be like 3 points or we're going to do something crazy. I'm saying you never know. You got to believe something special can happen. You got to believe that your team's capable of greatness, right? Like that's just where I'm at. Especially after a performance like this. This is a struggling Leicester side. Let's be real. This is a struggling Leicester side that we beat. It's pretty close to their B team. I mean, Vardy didn't come on until the 60-some minute. They didn't have Tielemans out. I'm pretty sure they're trying to be well and rested because they got a big Europa game coming up. That's cool. I don't care. You can only beat who's in front of you. And this is going to be, confidence to keep raising the roof. So I really think we can get a point. I've been saying this for a minute, even before this Leicester City win, dominant win, I might add. People have discredited our performance and said we weren't great because we weren't perfect, but that's fine. Again, you can only play who's in front of you. Sometimes you play down to your competition, play up to your competition. I feel like we're going to play up to our competition at Anfield. I feel it. We haven't won there in 108 years. Or we've won there 6 times in 108 years is what... Shout out Stelios. I heard him say that on some stream or another. I don't know where. Shout out whoever the fuck. 108 years. We've won 6 times. That's crazy. Why not make it 7? I heard someone say that too. Why not make it 7? And I believe in our lads. We can make it 7. We can make it 7. But my realistic side, I really feel like we can get a point out of that. A 2-2 draw, something like that. I want to know who's with me, man. Who's coming with me for the Anfield upset and not the atrocity? Who's coming with me, man? That's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining this edition of Jacob's Joint Discussions. Okay, I'm Jacob, one half United Spurs of America. If you want to support this podcast, there's a link down below, www.anchor.fm/United Spurs of America. Click on support, become an official sponsor. We've had some sponsors in the past. Shout them out. Again, if you want to become a sponsor and enter into the giveaway raffle in the future, that can be you. All you got to do is go to the link below. Also, if you don't want to do all that, you want to do something that's free, just like and subscribe to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little alert button. Let us know in the comments that you like this, you enjoy this. Let me know your thoughts also, because obviously I got a whole bunch of thoughts, whole bunch of joint discussions to pass around with y'all. So I need your input. This isn't just about me. This is about you. You. It's about you. Right there. It's about you. Thank you for joining another edition of Jacob's Joint Discussions. Always, COYS. Up the lads and COYS.